Hi, my name is Renata, and I did a light DNA code with Helen. My first impression was definitely very powerful. I feel, as soon as we start the session, I feel like a pressure between here and my back. Someone who is compressing, like a pushing, pressing down. It's very heavy feeling. I was calm, but the main thing, I didn't thought about what's going on around the world, but I think the subconscious, so I felt heavy, but she did that to me, and we did the whole process, went through the whole process, and sooner a day later, I received a check of someone was, needed to pay me, so I received a check. I didn't expect to be paid exactly just after, a day after. Then I went to do a groceries. I never thought about it, in some supermarket, they have a point, you redeem, so I keep accumulating, but I never thought about it. And then I went there and past my account was 60, and I pay only 18.50. Give you the points, because I thought you only redeem some, I don't know what you could redeem, but anyway, I only pay for my grocery instead of 60. I pay 18.50. And yes, my life's relationship, so my sex life. The same day I felt very horny for 3 days. Even my husband, he says, "What's going on with you? You lately, out of the blue, you like you want to do, So 3 days I was like that. So it was nice feeling. So if you want to do it. I recommend it to you, because you feel lovely, you feel light, and that's helping the process of you to make your dreams come true. Namaste.
I just wanted to share with you my experience with Helen Mueller. First, I have to tell you that I was very impressed because she's like mystic, and from far away she lives in Europe and I'm in the Americas, and she could feel where I had energetic blockades, and when she started to see like my body from the head to the feet, and she could tell where I have energetic blockades, and I don't know what she did, but she really she dissolved these energetic blockades, and she told me to expect that in a few days to something very special would happen for me in terms of abundance and in terms of professional success. So that was a Thursday, if I'm not wrong. And on Monday, she just WhatsApped me and she told me, a miracle will happen today. It's kind of, I received a dream job offer. I'm an aerospace engineer, and the kind of jobs that really like me, that really attract me, are very, very few worldwide. So it really happened, a miracle. And mysteriously, they told me, the policeman told me, just come here. And I went. And when I was already there, they called me in order to go. So everything was very aligned and very miraculous, as she told me. And I am very grateful for Helen, and I really recommend her because I felt what she did in my body and in my energetic body, and it will bring a lot. So that's it, guys. I hope you are doing well, and trust her because she really knows her stuff, and you can feel it from such a distance, and she does know what she does.
She very much reminded me to stay present. And for me personally, it can be hard because I kind of have a go, go, go type mentality brain. And
hello, hi from sunny Monaco. Just leaving a review for Helen and Yumi and Happiness, as it's been about a week since me and Helen had a conversation. I was lucky enough to actually meet Helen in person about a year ago, and she's an absolutely wonderful, inspirational, positive young lady who has just got many talents that I wish that I would have always had. But after having the call for the light code DNA, first time I've ever done the meditation thing, and it was amazing how quickly I managed to compare with what the way she done the procedure, and everything that I felt whilst thinking in the meditation started to come into real life. Yeah, a few things in my personal life, but it was amazing how quickly that reacted to the positive energy and the law of attraction at the end of the day. So I'm just here to say I highly recommend Helen and Yumi and Happiness, and sign up today if you're struggling with anything mentally, or you're just looking to improve yourself by connecting with your higher self. And yeah, please sign up. Cheers. Bye.
after the phone call, I felt overwhelmed by emotion, and I felt like I couldn't even really speak. So I journaled in afterwards, and she was very understanding. She even said, I'm going to let you go and let you absorb and, think on this, and we can talk later. And it just felt really nice that she didn't be like, what did you think? How are you feeling? Tell me everything. She innately knew that as a spiritual being and the process we just experienced together, that it would take time for that nutrients to set in, especially it being my first time doing it. And this feeling of emotion brought tears. It brought thought processes that I had not had before the light technique that we'd shared together. And throughout the whole rest of the week and up to this point, which is a little over a week later, I still feel the impact. It's very impactful. It changed a lot about my perception, and it really, I just wanted to say thank you to Helen. I really felt very, very gifted with what she was providing for me, and I felt listened to. I felt, without even having to talk, I didn't really talk too much during the energy session, but I felt that I was communicating to myself, and that's what was really the goal there, and it felt really good. And I just wanted to share how I was impacted, and I think it's really important, the work that Helen is doing, and that the power from this healing energy is powerful enough to change the world. I think it's powerful enough to remind everyone to slow down. And for Helen to have this gift of love and happiness that she wants to share with people is incredible. And it really inspired me to follow my passion. And so the work that Helen is doing is incredible. I'm very, very grateful for her time that she was able to spend with me, and it was very genuine, and I felt very relieved afterwards, but also like I was sent on a mission, and I love that.
I was always a little skeptic about meditation, and people always said, Peter, it's something that you should try. And she was kind enough to send me a 10-minute recording that she did, and I can't tell you what a difference it's been for me. Every morning I start my day listening to it, and it just keeps me centered.
Hello. So I recently had a session with Helen, and what I loved most was the presence she brought. She guided me through some breathing exercises, and we started out with body scan, and instantaneously I had this huge emotional release right above, well, in my body. I started crying and whatnot, but there was a sensation 2 inches above my belly button where it was transmuted or released or something, and it was then filled with a ton of heat. So I really appreciate that. And then I also had the flu at the time, and when I walked downstairs the next morning, my right ear was draining. It was a very odd sensation, and I very well attribute that for Helen and the work she did with me. So thank you very much, Helen.
Hi, dear Helen. A lot of sunny greetings from Mexico, and I would like to say thank you so much for allowing me to be a part of this beautiful and extraordinary experience with your session. It was deliberating, it was different, it was unusual, and what I know that it helped me a lot to just calm down and to breathe and to see from another point of view, from another point, what is going on and how I feel, how my body feels about all the changes, what is going on. This was very helpful, and I'm very happy that I did this session, and I would thank you a lot and always that you gave me this possibility. Thank you so much. You have a friend in Mexico. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Hey guys, my name is Daniel, and a couple of days ago I did a light code energy session with Helen, and I was just looking to get more structured, more organized, have a little bit more clarity and whatnot, and I definitely feel it helped. It definitely did something to help spark that. I have been more productive. I've been doing more things along with some of the other practices that I'm already doing, and man, when she did the session on me, it was interesting because at one point, like we're kind of like scanning through the body for tension and whatnot, and I had a little bit of tension on my chest, and it's like right when we got to the chest part, she's like, all right, now we're gonna work on your heart. It was almost like, like she was like in my body with me, I don't know how to explain it, but it was almost like, like when you do when you work on your computer and you give people when you have a technical assistant help you and they get remote access to your computer and they can see what you're saying. It almost felt like that, like she tuned in with me, she was there with me, which is pretty cool. And so, we did some clearing out of blockages, and definitely after the session, my body felt more, it's difficult to describe, but like a hollow feeling, like an empty feeling. It felt clear. And a few minutes after, the tension that I had in my chest completely went away. It was interesting too, when we were working on the intestines, it was weird because I started kind of dozing off, but like I got like this brief image of like someone doing surgery on my intestine, and they're like, oh look, we found something, and it looked like a nail or something like that. So that was interesting. Actually, now that I think about it, after the session, the tension from my heart then moved down to my intestine, and then we worked on that, and that cleared out soon after as well. So definitely Helen has some talent with the energy, and she can assist you guys in removing some of those blockages. And me, I'm just a firm believer in having as many tools in the arsenal as possible for self-improvement, for everything in life. So this was an additional tool onto the arsenal. So if you're looking to add more tools, the more tools the better. Just go ahead and try it out.